Okay, welcome back, my students. This is Mr. D and presenting you with another video in Mr. D's math class. This time we are in the unit of polynomials, so this is part of your polynomials notes. And you should already have a copy of this, but I'm just going to talk about it again in this video so you actually have this video to help you review and recall some of these things that we talked about in these notes, okay? Sorry about the mess, but might as well reuse it because we've done this already. Okay, so basically what is a polynomial? What are polynomials? A polynomial is any term or the sum of difference of terms. There's variables, okay, so this is key. They have to have variables or the letters that have whole number exponents. And whole numbers actually are numbers that start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and to infinity, okay? So in other words, they can't be fractions, they can't be integers. They start at 0, okay? So here's some examples. Notice that, again, these are polynomials because their variables, the letters that they have, actually have an exponent that are whole numbers. In this case, the example of the exponent here is 2. This -5 is a polynomial because if it did have a variable, then that variable would have an exponent of 0, okay? And we know from the past, exponent zeros, and then the exponent 0 is equal to 1/2, and then the exponent of 0 is equal to 1, and so -5 times 1 is just back to -5. That's why. -2x plus 4, this has an exponent of 1, so that's a polynomial definitely. And this last example is a polynomial because all the exponents on a variable x are whole numbers. Okay. Now here are some examples of not polynomials. If a polynomial, if a variable becomes a denominator or has a square root sign over it, then it's not a polynomial because, as you can see, their exponents are not going to be whole numbers. Okay. So for instance, if you have a square root of x, that exponent for that x is actually equal to 1/2. Okay. And make sure you're giving me the exponent for this when you're explaining to me why it's not a polynomial, okay? So that's what you're going to be asking in your first assignment. Same here. If a variable becomes a denominator, as in 1 over x, this actually translates to x to the -1 as an exponent. Same with x squared as a denominator. That translates to x to the -2 as an exponent, okay? So there's some examples of not polynomials, okay, and what polynomials are. Then there are different types of polynomials. In this case, we're only going to talk about 3, okay? The monomials, these are polynomials that only have one term, okay? Yes, this is a monomial, but it is also a polynomial, okay? It's a polynomial because exponents has that variable has a whole number exponent, and it's a monomial because a monomial is a type of polynomial that has only one term. Okay, one term by itself, or 4 a's, one term by itself. And just to put a little note here, yes, this 7 is still a polynomial because, as we mentioned, any numbers that have no variables, okay, is actually the exponent 0, and the exponent 0 is a whole number, okay? Binomials, as you can see, as the term goes, binomial means 2, and that means there's 2 terms, one here, they're being subtracted or added, one here, being added. So these are polynomials that only have 2 terms. So these are called binomials, okay? Trinomials, yep, you guessed it. What does trinomials mean? Well, that means it's got 3 terms, 1, 2, and 3, that are being subtracted or added, okay? So this is a polynomial, this is a trinomial, and so is this, okay? 3 terms, okay? And last note here before I go into a next video, the next video will be talking about parts of a polynomial. This one is talking about when we write polynomials, it's better that we write them in descending order of exponents, from highest exponent to lowest, okay? So I rewrote this 2k minus 4k squared plus 7 into negative 4k squared plus 2k plus 7, descending order of exponents. Okay, so again, this is really just another repeat from your notes, and I hope it does help you. If you need it, take the time to watch this video, take the time to read your notes to help you with your assignment, and I wish you all the luck. Bye for now.